Hi guys, welcome back to OD Simulation Gaming and welcome back to Train Sim World 5. We are currently on the West Coast Main Line. That's the Preston to Carlisle leg. And today we are on board a Class 87 and we are in the Intercity Livery here. We're aboard the City of Glasgow. And doesn't she look stunning, guys? Absolutely beautiful. Really nice to see. Very retro. Absolutely love it. So without further ado, let's just get this train set up. Get our AWS sorted. Get ourselves sat down. Get that AWS reset. There we go. Right then, so let's get some lights on first and foremost, which are over here. Get our marker lights on. What do we got? What do we got? We've got... Don't want that one, don't want that one. Headlight on, there we go. Perfect. Right, so all being well, we can now load up our passengers ready for today's journey. Just have a quick look round the station, guys. Here's the old retro screens, the old monitors. Down in Preston. Wonder what's through that red door. Looks like this is a spawning place for the passengers. Just dropping in there. But yeah, here we go, guys. This is Preston. Absolutely wonderful. Really good to see. Some great scenery assets outside as well. We'll see some more of that as we go along, but for now it looks like our passengers are ready to rumble, so that's good news. Now I've now got to remember how to drive the train, so let me get this right. We want to turn master key to on. We want this to be in forward positioning. We want our power controller to be in notch up. We can take the brakes off. Just get those released. Right. And off we go, guys. We can skedaddle on our way up to Lancaster. So a 21-mile run-in to start with. Just show you us departing Preston there, guys. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Whoopsie. Looks absolutely gorgeous, doesn't it? The City of Glasgow, 87006. Anyhow, guys, hope I find you all really, really well. Just admiring the train for a moment. There is a canteen car further down the train. least there normally is. There it is. That one just here, guys. That's the canteen wagon. Now, enough of that. What's ahead of us, guys? What's ahead of us? That's a very nice looking... Is that a church or a cathedral? I think that's a church. But yeah, great scenery here, guys. We've not covered this route before, so it's brand new to us, literally today. So you are getting a very first glimpse at all of this along with me. I read that poster there, see what that said, but couldn't quite read it. Never mind. A bit more power through the engine now. See that just climbing now as we carry on. So yeah, good old British Rail Class 87, guys. That is what we are on board. Came about in the early 1970s. Don't think there's any still going today on mainland lines. But as far as I'm aware, there are some in private collections nowadays. It's a very quiet train, I have to say. Certainly isn't too noisy. I mean, if I open the window, still quite quiet as well, so credit where credit's due. For something built in the 70s, it's pretty good going. Pretty good going. I think Virgin Trains operated some Class 87s, which was a direct consequence of the privatisation of British Rail back in the day. And then of course the Pendolino deliveries came in the early 2000s for Virgin, which probably saw the end of the Class 87 with them. So West Coast Main Line, then, guys. Obviously quite a crucial rail link, which ultimately links London with Glasgow. Obviously serves some cities in between times, I believe. Quite a busy line. Roughly 400 miles, I think, between London and Glasgow, approximately. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's roughly where what it is. Excellent, check that out, really good. And here we are, guys. We'll just quickly pan around the outside so you can have a quick look at the assets that are out and about. Yeah, look at that, guys. Really, really sweet, isn't it? Fantastic. What is there not to love about this? Really sweet. I think it looks gorgeous myself. Nice church or something there on the left-hand side. Yeah. Gorgeous, look. Football pitches there, excellent, good to see. And along with some moo cows there, some dairy cows, chomping away on the grass, minding their own business. Excellent. Really, really lovely. So in real life, guys, I've not had the pleasure of travelling up here before. If you have travelled on the line, what's it like? How does it compare? Do let me know in the comments, please. Meanwhile, we're about 13 or 12 now, 12 miles from Lancaster. Very, very smooth train, this. I'm quite surprised, I have to say. I was expecting it to be quite rough and ready, but it's far from it. It's very, very gentle. Doesn't want for a lot, that's for certain. Just tinkering with the power at the moment, guys, just to get a feel for this locomotive, because I've not done anything in the Class 87 myself, so as fellow Train Sim World gamers will be aware, you do need to just get your bearings with each train. Each one is very, very different, which is obviously fantastic. Bit more realism to it. I've spent a lot of my time on full electric trains on the game so far, so coming into an electric diesel combo is totally different for me. So please do just bear with me while I play around with that. Some hay bales in there. Looks like the farmer's been busy. Good to see. Harvest time. A couple of quid there, no doubt. Or a bit of winter feed for animals and such like. There's some more dairy cows there, keeping an eye on that pylon for them. Obviously we could be going faster, guys, but I'm not gonna charge up here. We're only 7.5 miles ish out from Lancaster now, so it won't take us too long to get there. Just trying to get a good feel for this train. There's lots to see out the window. I mean, I must admit, I'm very surprised. There's all of our buttons and levers, guys. Very, very basic, really. Not a lot happening in this cab. Certainly wasn't designed for driver comfort, that's for certain. Back in the late 60s and 70s, it certainly wasn't about driver welfare or anything like that. The world's a very different place now when it comes to safety and health and well-being of employees. But yeah, good to see the retro livery here, the Intercity livery of British Rail. Really, really nice. I find that quite nostalgic myself. I remember that livery a lot as a child, in and around the London area. And yeah, great to see. Weighing in at 84 tons. This loco, so she's a heavy old girl. That's for certain. She is heavy. So just keeping one eye there on the distance away from Lancaster now. We're going to roll into platform number 3. We're just a little over 4 miles out now. And it will be a good opportunity for me to test the braking system on this locomotive. I've certainly hope that we can stop in good time. I'm sure we will be able to. I'll turn the power controller completely to off now, just to see if that naturally slows us down. It should do in theory, because there's no power going through to the motors there. Obviously the Class 87 train incidentally is known for a couple of accidents that occurred. One in the early 80s in Bushy, where unfortunately a broken weld caused the train to derail at around 96 miles per hour. I'll just reset the AWS there. Yeah, that derailed. That was pretty sad. I don't think anyone died in that incident, but there were a few injuries. I think there was another one again in the late 90s, somewhere up north, possibly. Can't remember. I'll have to look that up. But anyway, look, we've slowed down to 55. I know that's a lot earlier than we would have needed to have been at this point, but just an opportunity for me to understand the braking system a bit better, because I'm very, very new to driving diesels, let alone the 87 here that we're on board. But so far, so good. It's not too scary to control. Certainly, obviously, not as directly responsive as an electric locomotive would be. So I've just got to get my timing right on everything. We come past a warehouse or factory there with a chimney. Couldn't see Fred Dibner up that one. He obviously hadn't got a call to knock that chimney down, bless him, good old Fred. Right then, so we're just going to apply first stage braking, and we can just see our speed bleeding off there in the bottom right hand corner. We're a mile out now. Just put that train brake back to running. There's the AWS, we'll just reset that. There we go. So 35 miles per hour now. Slowly bleeding that speed off. We're going to drop down to a 15 mile per hour limit, so we're going to probably speed ever so slightly here for a moment or two. There we go, speeding now, so we'll just bring that speed to 15, there we go. And it will be a gentle roll in now down the line to the end of platform number 3 here at Lancaster. Welcome to Lancaster, everybody. Welcome in. Very pretty, lovely church and castle there on top of the hill. Right, we're speeding again, so we just need to just be careful here that we don't overshoot the end of the platform. AWS again, we'll just reset that. Thank you very much. Right. There we go. Right, we have now arrived at Lancaster. So let's hop out the train quickly. There they all go. All of our happy passengers, hopefully. Hopefully they've enjoyed their trip with us. And welcome to Lancaster, guys. I assume, I'm not 100% sure, of course, but I assume up there on the hill there with the church, that in theory should be Lancaster Castle. I would have thought, just there to the right of the church. I'm assuming that's what that is. It looks like it probably is. Right, so let's release the brakes to running, and we will now... What have I done here, guys? What have I done? We're okay, aren't we? Have I done that right? Or do I need... Ah! Let me... Yeah, brakes are off. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. So, next port of call for us is going to be Carlisle, platform number 3. That's about 60 miles to do, so a fair bit of distance for us to cover here. Hopefully our passengers have made use of the onboard canteen car there, down the end. As we slowly make our way out of Lancaster. over this bridge. There we go, look guys, lovely little river there. Look at that, doesn't that look stunning? Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. There we go, look. Really, really sweet. Right. It's time for some power then, everybody. So we are going to push on now up the line further north to Carlisle. Just hear the power now revving up, that energy converting. And we are away, guys. So we're cleared up to about 110 miles an hour. I think that's the maximum speed for, yeah, 110 there. Just the other side of the blind. If I just drop that down, guys. There we go, you can see their maximum speed 110 miles per hour. And we're already doing 75, so she's quick on the acceleration for a train that was built in the 1970s. What's 110, roughly 180 kilometers per hour if you're into European measurement per se. And she delivers approximately 1270 horsepower. Stunning view out there, guys. Let's hop out the cab for you. You can see the beach. Looking nice. Excellent. As I was saying earlier, not much in this cab is there at all. It's the most basic of basics. A little bit of lag there, guys, sorry about that. Not entirely sure why that's occurred, but it has nevertheless. Must have been a lonely old job, you know, driving some of these trains. I know that the drivers would have had concentration on what's happening outside rather than what's happening around them, but not a lot to do, is there, for them, bless them. It's very, very basic, and I would imagine, probably given the weather that we see up north, I'd imagine it probably gets quite cold in here. I know there's the cab heating switch somewhere over here, but nevertheless, it must have been a very cold environment for some of those drivers. So we're at 105-ish miles an hour now. We're slightly going uphill here, so the speed will bleed off a little bit there. She looks stunning, doesn't she, guys? Really, really nice. Let's just check where we are on the map here. Zoom in if we can. There we are. Not entirely sure what our I can probably find out on the schedule what our next station. Oh no, it doesn't even come up on there. Never mind. Okie dokie. Not to worry. Anyhow, guys, to save you the pain of sitting here and watching the same thing out the window over and over and over again, I will now carry on up the line for you, and we will see you when we're a couple of miles just south of Carlisle. So guys, we're about 37 miles south now of Carlisle, and I just thought I'd show you some of this stunning scenery that we're rolling past at the moment. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Really well done. Looks fantastic. And there's the motorway, most likely the M6. There they go, look guys, all the commuters. Very, very sweet indeed. Right guys, we'll carry on up the line and we'll see you when we're a little bit closer to Carlisle. Okay then guys, so we're just a little over 7 miles now from Carlisle. Welcome back. And it's been an uneventful couple of miles, you'll be pleased to know. Not a lot's gone on. Now looks like we're going to get ready to slow ourselves down, everybody, as we inch ever nearer to our final destination of Carlisle. Gotta say, guys, if you haven't already got this DLC, do check it out. You won't be disappointed. I was unsure at first. However, I've really enjoyed our trip here on the 87 to Carlisle. A brief reminder, we're on the Class 87, 87006, the City of Glasgow. And what a beast she is, guys. In British Rail livery, very retro, as I said earlier in the video, quite nostalgic for me. Really enjoyed driving this one. And we're now just a few minutes away from our arrival into Carlisle. Over the motorway we go. Fantastic landscapes all the way up this line. Really lovely. The modelling was absolutely spot on. Lots of bridges, lots of motorways, lots of roads, some fantastic farms that we've passed on our way up as well. They've been fantastic to see. So then, let's prepare the train now for the arrival at Carlisle. Just begin to bleed some of that speed off. Here we are, guys, Carlisle. Welcome to our final stop on this OD simulation gaming journey today. The final run-in, last few hundred yards now. Had to slow the train right down to, well, to be fair, the speed limit's going to change to 20 in a moment. We're already doing just under 15, but gives us a good opportunity to just enjoy a slow entry into Carlisle over the bridge there, over the old iron bridge. At least I assume that's iron. A few locos here in the sidings, everyone. That's quite sweet to see. An old 47 there. Very nice. Some vintage transit vans there as well. All very much in keeping with the era that we've just explored, everybody, here on our journey from Preston to Carlisle. So here we are, just at the base of the platform now, platform number 3. Stunning station, gotta say. And there we are, the City of Glasgow. 87006 has arrived pretty much on time. Going to be a little bit short of our marker, but a couple of yards in it. I think nothing too extreme, but there we are. We have arrived. Our passengers can disembark the train with their luggage, and they can go and enjoy now the City of Carlisle. Welcome one and welcome all. Here we are, look guys, wonderful, wonderful station. Looking fantastic. Really, really nice. Let's just hop over the other side of the train. Looks like everyone has now disembarked. Hopefully they've made use of the canteen facilities here on the restaurant buffet, which is probably all closed up now. Yep, all closed now that we are no longer in service. Hopefully it didn't cost them an arm and a leg. But let's get those doors closed, guys. There we go. And that concludes our trip here today from Preston up to Carlisle. A fair bit of speeding, unfortunately, but hey, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't matter. This is simulation gaming. This is what we all love and enjoy, guys. I really, really hope that you have enjoyed this West Coast main line with us today. If you've liked the video, please do subscribe to the channel. Give us a big thumbs up to help support us. But for now, guys, I'm Ollie. This is OD Simulation Gaming. We will see you again really soon. Take care, guys. Bye for now.